Hey guys, and welcome back. And if you're new here, thanks so much for joining us today. Today's day 11 of 30 Days of Cooking with Angie in the RV. And Lou actually requested fish today. So I checked the freezer, and all I had were some like 3 ounce salmon fillets. So two of them frozen and a swai. So I decided I'm going to defrost the swai and make basically a Cuban fried fish. Super easy, super fast, but it's going to be packed with flavor. And you can do the exact same thing if you have swai, if you have tilapia, if you have whitings. So any type of white fish fillet would give you basically the same flavor. So it's going to be nice and crispy on the top, but super flaky and soft inside, and then jammed, packed with flavor with very minimal seasonings because you don't want it to like get overpowered. Um, we're going to be pairing that with some parm, like a corn salad. I'll show you how I make it, but it's Parmesan cheese, mayonnaise. It's super good. I have some frozen broccoli, so I'm going to char that up on the. So it happened again. I don't know if I forgot to put the mics to charge, but the mic died on me. Basically, here I'm letting you know that I am also going to pair that Cuban fried fish and the corn salad with a broccoli. I'm not sure what I'm saying here. Oh, probably that I'm in my Grinch outfit. And it's not Christmas time, but that's okay. I'm taking advantage of it. Let me cut myself off from talking because I don't remember what I was saying, and let's get to cooking. So here are my swai fillets. I usually buy the frozen ones. I don't know if they even sell them fresh. They probably do. And those are the seasonings I'm going to be using: the garlic powder, the onion powder, the pink salt, and I will be frying the fish in some canola oil. We've got the frozen broccoli florets, which I'll go ahead and just cook without any liquid so that they let go of all the excess, I guess, humidity and liquid that they have until they char. And then for the corn salad, you'll see here that I have some sweet corn kernels, and we'll be adding some parm cheese and mayonnaise to it. We also, I think my tripod was falling there. How funny. And we'll go ahead and serve that alongside some avocado. Well, let's go ahead and get this broccoli bag opened up and just dumped right into the pan. You'll see there's nothing in there. I usually add like a little bit of butter. Well, when I say a little bit, I mean a good amount. Once it has already let go of all of its liquid. And you don't want to put too much oil in your pan for the fish because you don't want it to be oily, just enough that if you put it a little bit in there and you move it around, it just coats the pan. So it'll be enough to get that fish nice and seared. While that's getting hot, let's go ahead and work on seasoning the fish. So I'm going to go ahead and cut open this packet, take it out, try to get as much of that liquid off as possible. I don't know if I did it here. I'm pretty sure I did. I usually take a paper towel after I'm done taking the fish fillets out of that plastic and dab it dry. The drier it is, the more crispy it'll be. And yeah, here we go. I'm going to go ahead and dab them dry now. So you want to flip it and dab the other side as well. I've got both sides nice and dried. I'm going to go ahead and move forward with seasoning. So I'm going to be somewhat generous with the salt. I want to make sure that I get it coated. And I'm going to be generous with the onion powder. I'm going to make sure it's coated. And then the garlic, I'm just going to sprinkle over. I'm not going to do it heavy duty. Same as the black pepper. Not heavy duty, just a little sprinkle. Flip it and repeat that process. Okay, that oil should be nice and hot now, so we can drop the fish fillets in there. Too bad the sound isn't working. You would be able to hear that nice sizzle. See the little bubbling? The broccoli is charring. And then that other little pot in the background, don't worry about that. That's not for us. I'm actually boiling some, I don't remember if that one was chicken hearts or chicken livers. I think that one was chicken livers, so that it can be a treat for the girls. What I'm pointing at is letting you know that what you're looking for is for those edges to turn nice and white, and you want it to move about a 1/4 inch or so into the fillet for you to know that it is ready to get flipped. So make sure you press it down so that the entire fish is touching the pan, and give that enough time for it to become basically opaque, nice and white around all the edges. I'm so silly. I meant to say opaque. I don't know why I said opaque. Let's give the broccoli a little stir to see if we see any charring or any liquid. At this point, I'm sure there was still liquid to be seen. I don't see a lot of charring around the pan just yet. So stir it around to make sure that all the pieces of broccoli can get some of that heat and let go of all that excess liquid that it retains when it's frozen. Let's go ahead and speed things along while the fish is cooking, which I already see is starting to get a little opaque on the corners, and the broccoli is going. Let's open up this can of corn and get it drained. You'll see I took out a bowl already so that I can drop that corn in there and start putting that little salad together. Now that we've got that drained, let's go ahead and dump it into our bowl and start adding the rest of our ingredients in there. All right, taking a pause to check out the fish. It's looking really nice. You see the little crispy pieces around the edge, and you see how far in the white has gone. The inside, the middle is still nice and pink. This is a great time to go ahead and start getting it flipped. I think I'm just explaining to you what it is that you're looking for before you get that flipped. I'm going to go ahead and use my spatula, and then I usually balance it with something else, whether it's a ladle, a spoon, just something, so that when I flip it, it doesn't splatter. I can let it down nice and easy. Look how beautifully seared that is. Ooh, that's going to be delicious. Oh, okay. I decided to stir the broccoli. Ooh, I see some charring there on the pan, which means most of the liquid is gone, which means that it's almost time to add a little bit of butter in there. Back to the corn salad. I'm going to go ahead and add a generous amount of mayonnaise. This one turned out to be a little bit much. I should have really done 2 hefty tablespoons instead of 3 hefty tablespoons. I like my corn salad extra mayonnaise-y, if that's even a word. Lou would have gone with it being a little bit lighter. She probably would have just gone with 2 regular tablespoons, whereas, yeah, you saw, I went 3 hefty tablespoons. Once you get that nice and mixed in, then you want to be generous with your Parmesan cheese as well, and even sprinkle in some salt and pepper. She likes adding paprika to hers. If you want to add paprika to yours, give it a little smokiness. All is good here. You can't go wrong. This is sort of like a take on a elote, if you've ever had Mexican elotes, but without the hot sauce. We're not too into Tabasco or hot, like heat type of ingredients, but it's super delicious. Hope you decide to try it. As if you were here in the kitchen with me, come take a peek at how everything's coming along. That fish is looking beautiful. Those crispy edges are everything. The broccoli is looking good. You can see all the little charred edges around it as well. And that corn salad, we eat it with tortilla chips. We eat it with pork rinds. We have it as a side. And then it's going to be time to slice open that avocado soon and just sprinkle it with a little bit of pink salt. Hello, butter. How I love thee. I mean, everything is better with butter in it. So you'll see I put like a really hefty tablespoon. That's probably closer to 2 normal ones. And I'm going to sprinkle it with salt because broccoli is really good, salty and buttery, especially charred. So I'm going to go ahead and stir it around until that butter gets nice and melted and every piece of broccoli is nice and coated. Definitely don't want the fish sitting around in this oil, so I'm going to go ahead and start plating, and we are going to add the broccoli to the plate and set this aside. If I'm not mistaken, I remember setting this to the side because I didn't want to serve it with the corn yet since Lou wasn't back. She was out running errands, so that when she got in, I can go ahead and just pop the broccoli and the fish in the microwave and then add the cold ingredients to the plate. Unfortunately, it's almost time for me to start work, and Lou isn't back yet, so I'm gonna go ahead and start plating just because I need to get a thumbnail picture. And then I can probably just move the avocado out of the plate, off the plate, and the corn salad off the plate, so like that she can warm it up when she gets back home. So let's go ahead and serve and make this nice and pretty so that we can get a thumbnail picture, and then you and I can sit down and chow down. I'm not even going to attempt to guess what it is that I was saying during the closing, but I will tell you that making the broccoli this way is one of our absolute favorite ways of making it. When I'm feeling lazy, I'll go ahead and just steam it in the microwave and add some butter on it. But that doesn't beat the broccoli having the little char bits. So we always prefer frying it without any oil or anything, just to release the liquid and then adding in the butter. The corn salad, as I mentioned before, amazing, especially as a snack. Sometimes we're craving something salty and creamy, and we'll just bust open a can of corn and have this with tortilla chips or pork rinds. It's one of our favorite little go-tos. Now the fish. The fish is everything. I was hoping that she'd get here before we started eating because one of the things she was supposed to pick up was lime. Squeezing a little bit of lime on it once it's done cooking and sprinkling some parsley just for the aesthetics, not for flavor, is the best. But even without the fish, you can see here, I'm telling you, yep, it's awesome. It's super delicious. It's nice and crispy around the edges. It's very flavorful. It's very flaky inside. Mine sat there for a little bit trying to wait for her to come, so it was a little bit harder to cut off. But if you eat it right off of getting off the pan, it just falls apart in your mouth. Well, we'll go ahead and wrap it up here. If you enjoyed cooking this Cuban fish with me today, please give me a big thumbs up. Comment down below what are some ways that you make frozen fish. And if you haven't subscribed yet, be sure to hit that subscribe button. I love to see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye, guys.